Okay, everybody, welcome back to another episode, another video. We're going to be reviewing the Milwaukee 41-inch tool chest today. I love it, really don't have any cons on it, love the pros. Only con I could think of was that it's just really heavy to move around the shop if you try to move it from one place to another. But yeah, love the tool chest. You'll see in there, and I've got a lot of plans for the drawers. I got one drawer done with some of the foam, and I'll tell you how I did it, and I'll show you my idea for how I'm going to cut out the rest of the tools in it. But yeah, thank you. Thanks for coming by, and subscribe if you can. Throw me a like if you don't mind. Channel's starting to pick up a little bit of steam, so we'll see how good we go here. I really appreciate you guys stopping by. You guys have a great day. Morning, everyone. How's everybody doing today? Got the beast in the shop. I want to talk about how much I like it. I haven't really found any cons, so to speak, yet. Maybe because of the weight, it's hard to move around, but really want to talk about the Milwaukee 41-inch tool chest. Just freaking amazing, man. If you keep an eye at Home Depot, you catch this thing on sale. So I want to go over it. I want to show you a little bit of what I'm going to be doing to lay out the drawers. I'll show you, I've cut some foam for the wrenches, so we'll be able to show you that, show you how the wrenches look, talk about how well the drawers work, and then, what's up here on the top and what you can do with that. So we'll go over all the features of the tool chest. Just like I said, I've really not found any cons with it yet. As you can see, I'm 5'8". It's pretty tall, it's pretty big, so you do need some room in your shop for it, but for organization purposes, this meets all of my OCD requirements. Just a remarkable tool chest from Milwaukee. Get a lot of guys online that they don't like it, they review it, say they got problems with it, problems with the drawers, problem with the slides. I haven't seen any of that. I've checked them, I've taken the drawers out, I've looked at the slides, they're riveted in very well. The slides are great, they're heavy duty. I can't see why people would be having issues with it. Now, there's always a chance of getting a bad product. So, any company could do that. They might have a manufacturing defect or something like that, but Milwaukee really stands behind their stuff. So you can give them a call and get someone in customer support, they help you out. Probably send you a new one if it's bad. I don't really know. You have to talk to Milwaukee about that. But yeah, just incredible device. I love how much storage is in it. I like things to be very neat. We'll go over these drawers and show you a little bit of how I've laid things out and how I keep them where they're at. And then I'll also show you the shadow foam and talk to you a little bit about what my plan is for cutting out the tools. Because when I did the wrenches, can't really see them here, I'll show you in a few minutes on the video. I did all these by hand with a little razor blade. Entire day just to do a set of metric and a set of SAE wrenches. So there is an easier way if you have a CNC, and not everybody has a CNC, so you may end up having to use a knife and cut them out by hand. There's nothing wrong with that. It just takes a little bit longer. And I'll show you and tell you where I got my shadow foam from. I think I bought it from Uline. I got 3 pieces for $70. That does quite a bit. That'll be able to do a lot of drawers in here. And I'll show you those in a second. So yeah, let's get to it, man. Let's talk about this chest, and hopefully it'll help you guys out if you're on the fence about making a decision between this and a Husky. Big price difference, but I think as far as quality goes, the Milwaukee beats the Husky hands down. I had a Husky. You've seen it in my previous videos. I had an old, flat Husky with a wooden top, and my drawers did break. The slides didn't work. They're very hard to open. They stick. The thickness of the metal, the gauge of it is just not up to Milwaukee. So you had a lot of flimsiness in the drawers, which really, when you got a lot of weight in it, they started not closing and opening right. Husky's a pretty good product. I've liked them. I had it for 5 years in the shop here, but I really wanted the Milwaukee because of the quality of the build. let's talk about it. Let's get into it, and let's talk about drawers. Okay, let's go over the top storage area. So it's got nice hydraulic lifts on it. Very easy to open. It is a heavy top, all steel. You know, it's just, like I said, great build quality, great build quality. So it comes with these black mats that fit all your drawers. They'll fit your top part here. Has a nice Milwaukee logo embossed in it. It also has some pegboard in the back. If you're a pegboard type person, you could hang some stuff back there. You could put up some organization, whatever you like to do. I'm not a real big pegboard person. I've always had problems with pegboards, so I don't use them at all. I do have one old piece of pegboard holder here that I had left, so I put it in there just to hold my eyeglass cleaner and my phone cleaner and stuff. But I haven't arranged this yet. This is just a few things I put up here just to get them out of the way. My plan up here is to have like my pencil sharpener. I have a little battery operated pencil sharpener. Got to have that. Little things I use a lot I put up here so I can just pop the top open and grab them. I love that, like my magnetic stud finder. We can just take this guy right here and put him right on the side. Whatever you want to do. You got to be careful putting stuff on the sides because your struts do come down and they come in this area. So if you have anything sticking out, your struts have a tendency to hit them. So typically I keep my stud finder over here on this side out of the way. So that's the top. You do have a power strip. If you can see it, you have a power strip right over here. You have 2 USB ports. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 outlets, and there is an on-off switch for it. So that's great. I mean, you could put some chargers up here. I have my wireless cell phone charger sitting here so I can set my iPhone there if I want to charge it. There's a lot of room in here. You can do a lot of stuff with it. I got my Corona sign hanging up there. The branding is great. I love the Milwaukee logo being there when it's open, and you're shooting a video or something. It's just really cool to have that in the background. And, but yeah, I mean, this is just a great top here to organize a few things. And I'll figure out how it's going to work for me as we go along. So that'll be something, that we'll start doing as time progresses and we start doing things. Yeah, so this is your top layout. It holds a lot. I've got a Philips Hue dimmer switch here that controls I've got a little LED sign that says Mark Hobson Woodworks. So, there's not really a lot to say about it. It's just a great area. You've got a lot of storage up here. Okie doke. Let's talk about the top part. So this top part with this pop-up part here is the top chest, and then you have a bottom chest. The top chest has 8 drawers in it. The bottom chest has 10. With 2 very long, full-length drawers in there. So talk about these 8 right here. So when you open them up, you'll see it's got the black bottom in it here. And these all come pre-cut. They fit each drawer perfectly. They're just perfectly cut. So far, they've not wrinkled on me. They've not rolled up or anything. I haven't arranged everything yet. Only 1 or 2 drawers are done. But right now it's going to be just laying things in, figuring out how I want the drawers to go, and then I'll sit down and do all the shadow foam at a later date. But this one's sort of a catch-all right now. This drawer here also just a catch-all. A few tools that I've had, just lay them in here. These are things I use all the time. That's what I really want this for. Walk over and eventually I'll have it memorized where every tool is, and then I can just go to the proper drawer. Now this one I did do the shadow foam. So this is for the wrenches. So I did cut these angled slots so that you could just reach in and take out a wrench. And then you've got it right there. And then you can see right where it goes back. So it leaves a little yellow impression. That was off Amazon. This is actually not shadow foam, it's another company. But as you can see, things lay out very nice, very neatly. My wrenches over here, I haven't done any foam with them yet. I'll have to get a little piece and cut it. But my plan is to have all this stuff very nice, neatly organized. Nothing's gonna fly around. These are soft close drawers, so if you just shut them to the point where they close, your tools are never gonna move around. If you just start slamming them shut, pushing them and slamming them shut, then yeah, your tools are going to fly all over the place. Your foam's going to roll up. You're going to have issues. I treat my tools with respect. I treat all my equipment with respect, and it seems to last me a long time. And I don't have any problems. I like things to be neat. I like to be able to walk over, pick up a tool, and work, and not have to spend an hour hunting it. This bottom drawer I really like. As you can see, it has a lid on it right here. And you can use it sort of as a work surface. So you could be here writing, you could be checking your plans, you could have them laid out here. It's pretty cool that they gave you this. You pull it up and open it. Right now I've got all my camera stuff in here. So I got my GoPro in here. I've got a few other things, some remotes, GoPro housing, a couple little trays to hold some small parts. And this is my plan, is to have this as once I fine tune it, this will be my go-to kit for doing my YouTube videos. So that's your bigger drawers on the top shelf. Move over to the right, you got 4 smaller drawers. The top one has a lock on it. So you open that up, and it's the same thing, just on a smaller version. So you got your small drawers here, same, you're gonna go in. Now this is a situation here where I laid out some tools. I put green painter's tape down, laid the tools out, and this is all my pliers. So once I figure out this is what I like, then I'll take this, I'll draw where I want the tools, and then I'll create my patterns to cut on the CNC so that they lay in there properly. Just another example of organizing it. Here's an empty one. You have your, so this is your foam that comes with it. It's all pre-cut by Milwaukee. So every drawer is sort of unique, so you'll know right where they go. Drop it in there, lay it in place, push it down into the rivets, and you have a nice, neat black foam bottom to lay your tools on. And you can be happy right there. As long as you close your drawers, slowly, the tool's not gonna fly around. Same thing, bottom here, 2 drawers empty. So these are all things that have to be arranged for me. You do have the locks, so you have a lock here as well. That'll lock the entire toolbox. Or you can lock just this drawer, or you can lock just the bottom. So if you're in an area where maybe you're working in a shop and there's 10 or 15 people there that also are working there, you can lock your tools up if it's your day off or something and nothing to get to them. So yeah, there we go. That's the top. Alrighty, let's talk about the bottom tool chest. So you got 10 drawers on the bottom tool chest. This is your top one. It's sort of a shallow drawer, but it does great for tools that you use constantly and all the time. I'm always using my square. So I have him right here where he's very handy to get to. I have a small square. I have my, this is a speed square. I have my tri-square, my regular square. I have a center finder for round objects. A couple of things I just use a lot. I got my 2-foot level in here. My Milwaukee scissors. Boy, what a great pair of scissors, man. They're great for having in the shop. So you got all your stuff just laid out here, things that you use all the time. And like I said, this is sort of fluid right now. I don't know how everything's going to end up, but I've had this in here for a few weeks now, and it just, like I said, shutting it easy, they all stay in place. And this foam is really good that Milwaukee includes. Then you have another bigger, deeper drawer, which will cover the whole width of the toolbox. Allows you to put a little bit bigger things in it. I got my multimeter in here, some Wago connectors, these are just sitting here right now. Crowbar, so all this heavy stuff is in here, and it doesn't seem to affect the toolbox at all. It closes like a dream. So put it right there, just very beautiful how it closes. Same thing down here, my electrical tools. Nice and neat, organized. I can come right over here and I can say, hey, you know what? I'm gonna grab my Milwaukee strippers, go over, do some electrical work, come back, put them back in place. The stud finder's a little bit out of place in the electrical drawer, but for right now, that's where he's sitting. So we'll end up moving him later. But once again, it's being able to open the drawer and just at a very quick glance, you can go right to the tool that you need. Pick it up, go use it, bring it back, put it back. So everything just stays right in place. And that's without shadow foam, that's just laying them in there. This one has just got a few bends in it. You know, you always have a million small things that you use. And this is a bunch of stuff that I've accumulated over, you know, forever. But I want to have this arranged. Maybe I'll put in some of my most frequently used cutoff blades. These are just cheap Amazon cutoff blades, so that when you're doing something where you know the blade's going to get trashed, grab one of these and use it. You know, they're cheap. You get 60 in a box for like 30 bucks. They don't last long, but it usually does what you need to do when you want a sacrificial blade. But yeah, so just these little bins, you can buy them anywhere. I don't know where I got these. They just, you know, you can see they're mostly empty. So I got to work on cleaning this up. Another big job I got. Got my socket set down here. I don't use sockets a lot, but you know, and I use usually just a limited number. So I don't have a giant socket kit, but I got the kit that works for me. Doesn't take up a lot of room, fits perfect in the drawer. Then I got all my hammers. So once again, just, it's all about being neat. It's all about being able to use stuff, find it quickly. The very bottom on this side is a big deep drawer. As you can see, I've not used it yet. I'm going to test and see if my track saw will fit down there. That'd be a nice home for it. And then, you know, maybe some of the bigger tools that I've got that need just a place to sit. I don't like piling stuff in the deep drawer and just throwing it in there, because then you're always digging through it trying to find stuff. So we're going to keep this really neat and maintain it. The side over here, it matches the top. So it's the same size drawers. And you got 4 down here. And once again, this is just a whole bunch of the Allen keys, the T-handle Allen keys put in here. I don't know if I'm going to keep these or not. I have 2 little packs. I seem to like them better. I don't really like these. Manuals, things like that. And then we got my little bits. So this is a little holder I had, and then I got all my little bits that I can put in there. Keep track of them. And then once again, one more deeper drawer. Put some stuff in there. I'm going to arrange it neatly. It's just going to be some bigger tools that maybe I don't use a lot, but they need a nice, safe home. Keep them from getting dusty. Just keep them in good repair. So, all right, let's talk about the foam. So Shadow Foam is a company, I believe they're in England. I've watched a bunch of YouTube videos on guys cutting out their tools with the Shadow Foam, and you know, they sell a little heated thing that's supposed to help you cut the tools out. I could not get it to work at all. Way more success with the knife. But the Shadow Foam comes in 2 foot by 4 foot pieces. So 2 foot by 4 foot pieces. You can get different colors with the center material. These are actually all layers. So if you can see how thick the black is, each layer is about that thick. So there, it looks like there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 layers or 8 layers. And what you do is, as you cut down in from the depth of your tool, if you cut around your tool with a knife, then you just peel out those layers, and then your tool will fit right down into the slot or the void that you create. You'll have a black surface, but you'll have the red showing through, so you can tell right away if a tool is missing. You know, my plan is to try and use a CNC, and I'm going to show you the process that I'm going to try to do. I did it on the old Husky toolbox. It did work. It's just very time consuming as well. There's nothing fast about cutting these tools out by hand. So it's just patience. You got to have the patience to do it if you want it to look really, really neat and not so raggedy in the toolbox. But I bought this box right here came with 3 sheets of Shadow Foam. I believe it was $70. I got them from Uline. Uline is located in Florida, so I'm lucky I live in Florida. So these came within like 2 days. Cheap shipping for me because I live so close to them. But yeah, this is a way you can buy this. And there's cheaper alternatives on Amazon. I've got a whole stack of the cheaper foam like I use for the wrenches in here in different colors. And you can buy the Shadow Foam with different color centers on it. So if you don't like red, I think you can get blue. I think there might be green. There's white. Like there's several different colors that you can get and order from them. So Uline, I think it's uline.com. I'm not sponsored by anybody, so nobody's giving me any money for this channel. These are all just my thoughts, my opinions. And I'll let you know, I haven't cut these yet, so I don't know. I may come back in 2 weeks and tell you, hey man, this stuff was terrible. I don't think I will. I've watched a lot of videos on the guys that use this, and man, they all love it. So I think I'm gonna like it. I like how thick it is. I like how I can cut my tools in, cut my finger holes in, and just use it for the phone. But I'm hoping 3 sheets will do my toolbox. If it don't, then I'll have to order some more. But that's gonna be the shadow foam that I'm using. So let's show you in just a second. I'm gonna move the camera over and I'm gonna show you what I'm gonna do to try and use the CNC to cut out my tool patterns, make my life easier. Stand by guys, be right back. Okay guys, so what my plan is, and I tried it on my old toolbox, I did 1 drawer with this method, and it did work well, and it just takes a little tinkering to get it right. I have a Shapeco 4XL CNC, hobby CNC, so I use Carbide Create and Carbide Motion to do all my designing. I'm not real good with all the other more advanced programs. So what I do is I take a metal ruler, it's got 0 to 12 inches, and I just lay that down on a dark surface. And I take my tool and I lay it down, and I try to get it lined up at like the 1 inch mark. So you got 1 inch, try to line up the edge of the tool with it. It comes all the way down, it's about 11.5 inches long. And what this does is I take the phone and then I get it over it. I've been trying to use a tripod so I get a very accurate, level, even picture. And I have the phone sitting over it, and I get where I can capture the whole ruler, I can capture the tool, and then I take a photograph. So after I take that photograph, I take it there, I get it as straight as I can, take the photo, and now on my phone, I have the photo, and I can take that and put it into my software, and I can adjust the scale until 1 inch between squares on my software matches the 1 inch to 2 inches on the ruler. So you can make them all match. So now you have the same scale as the software, and it knows that that's 1 inch to 11.5, so that's 10 inches, or 10.5 inches. So by that matching up in the software, I can then use their pen tool, and I can trace a little bit outside the outline of the tool. And then when I trace that outline, I can tell the CNC to cut that out on the foam. And what I do is I have the CNC set to the depth of the tool. So if you see this was a practice piece. This is an old piece of foam that I had there. And I had it cut out these pliers. And now I come over and I can lay the pliers in, they drop right in. Now it's got a slot to where it fits. So it works, and it works really good. Then I have a tool that cuts out these little finger holes so that you can reach in and grab your tool. Now this one you can see is flopping around, but that's because it was just a thin piece of foam and I cut all the way through. When I use the shadow foam, it'll only cut to the depth of the tool. So this tool was about as deep as this, and this is probably how deep I want it. So I'll measure that and I'll program the CNC to cut it where it's that deep, and then my tool will lay in there. This middle piece won't move around because it'll be going all the way through. So I'll have the black top, then I'll have the red exposed, and I can just reach in, grab my tool, off I go. Come back, I can tell right away, hey, the small water pump pliers are missing, or channel locks, or whatever everybody calls them. That's another one of those big discussions. Is it water pump pliers? Is it channel locks? Is it adjustable pliers? I've always called them water pump pliers or channel locks. That's my 2 common names. So whatever you call them. But you'll do that for every tool. Yes, that's going to be quite tedious, quite time consuming. It depends on how much time you want to spend on organizing your tools. I'm retired. I'm not doing this for a job. I do this just to make me happy. And I love opening up those drawers and seeing just the beautiful tool layout. Sometimes I just come out and open the drawers and look at it just because it's so cool. But yeah, so that's how my plan is for doing the
tools is to use a ruler, get the size so I have the scale proper, pen tool, outline the tool, design it in the software, put the foam in the CNC, have the CNC cut out each tool, and then I can just trim the foam to the exact size of the drawer, lay it in. Should be extremely uber neat. Maybe I can throw that up in a few videos in the future when I get it done. That's going to take me a long time to do. As you know, this is going to be very tedious, very time consuming. But if you do have a CNC, or if you have a laser, some guys use a laser for this. I don't use a laser to cut the foam. I don't know how to make it stop halfway through. So yeah, if you guys have that and you want to play around with it, that's a cool way of making a custom SVG file for each tool, and then just arrange them based on your size of your foam, how you want it, and just have your CNC with a foam cutting bit. You can buy that from tools today. You can get a foam cutting bit, and that will allow you to get those nice clean edges on the foam. That's how you're going to do your tools. Okay guys, want to just quick wrap up. I love the toolbox. I love the capabilities of the organization. It's just going to be amazing to get this thing set up and get all my little tools that I use. Since my wife passed away, I've been doing a big purge in the house, and even out here in the shop. If you guys go back in my videos and you watch the 2-car garage video, it was one of my most popular videos that I've made. I had a lot of stuff in here. Guy told me one time I had 10 pounds of crap in a 5-pound bucket. But it all worked, there for a while, and then I've refined what I want to do. I've refined where I want to go with my channel. I think I'm going to concentrate a little bit more on the educational side of things. I love to teach. I love to show how to do things. I'm hoping we're going to get a job for a friend of mine. Him and his wife want a queen size bed, so I'm hoping we're going to build that soon. But this is the Milwaukee tool chest, 41-inch, Home Depot. I think it's $1,298. I think you get a military discount on it. I did get a military discount on it, as a matter of fact. I think I got my 10% military discount off on it. So if you're a veteran, don't be ashamed, man. Ask for your 10% off at Home Depot. They're huge on supporting us vets and helping us out and stuff. So yeah, if you got any questions, put them in the comment. I'll let you know. I had this delivered from Home Depot. They charged me $79 for delivery, but man, it's a beast. It weighs almost 500 pounds. So it's a heavy toolbox. It is hard to roll around the shop. Now I'm lucky. I've got a crazy floor in here that's just beautiful, and it's very smooth. So I can roll all these tools around a lot easier than you can in some of the garages that I've seen. But I'm going to be organizing everything. We're going to be trying to get a new shop video up soon. Get a few things in order. I want to get a video up on where I redid my daughter's house over the last 3 months up in Orlando on the lake. So I want to put that video up and show you a bunch of befores and afters, and try to get some more traffic to the channel. Hey, if you guys, if you don't mind, if you've not subscribed, I'd love it if you'd give me a subscribe. So I think I'm going to put it somewhere around here. I'll put the subscribe button. So if you guys want to subscribe, please do. You don't have to. I mean, I'd love it if you did. I'm trying to get my channel up there. I'm at about 670 subscribers right now, which I still find pretty amazing. I can't believe that many people wanted to watch what I was doing. So yeah, but stay tuned, man. I'm going to come out with a lot more stuff. I'm going to be doing tons more reviews. Then we're going to get into making some stuff. I want to go back into building a few things for you guys. So we'll drum up some business. We'll find a few people that want stuff built. I'm just to the point where I like to build it and give it away. I just like to build. So I like to do that kind of stuff. Let me comment. If you guys want to see something, man, hit me up. Let me know. I really appreciate you coming by. And as always, you guys have a spectacular freaking day.